Today's video marks the start of a new series where I'll be teaching you how to script in Roblox Studio from scratch, and I'm just going to be teaching you all the skills you need to know in order to be an expert scripter. And if you're a complete beginner right now, then I'll be taking you up the ladder. Before we start this series, I do want to give credit to the Dev King. He made a series that is going to be somewhat similar to this series, and yeah, it's a very good series and I learned a lot from it. However, I do believe it's, somewhat outdated. Not to say that it's bad, it's just slightly outdated, and I'm making a new series to basically combat that, obviously. I'm also going to be innovating with challenge videos. So basically these challenge videos, they will help you apply your knowledge whenever you're trying to learn from these videos. So every couple videos I'll have a challenge video and you'll basically watch it and I'll show you something that you need to script, and then basically you will try and script that on your own by pausing the video, and then after you're done trying to script it, you can unpause the video and see the solution. So yeah, I would highly suggest that you watch those challenge videos. They'll just be happening every couple videos to kind of review your knowledge of the previous subjects, and hopefully they'll help you learn multiple times faster. But yeah, without further ado, I think we're ready to get into the first video here. So this video is going to be on the basics of Roblox Studio. I'm not going to be touching on any scripting yet. And basically, I'm just going to show you around Studio just so you can learn in case you've never used Studio before. If you have and you believe that you have good knowledge of how to use Roblox Studio, then you don't really need to watch this video and you can move on to the first scripting video. But yeah, without further ado, this is Roblox Studio, and if you haven't downloaded Roblox Studio, then all you need to do is go to the Roblox website and click the Create tab, and from there you'll be able to download Roblox Studio. And once you have it downloaded, you can just double click it and you will open it and it will look something like this. And if it doesn't look like this, you can just go to the Templates tab. Yours might be in a white theme. Mine is in black, but you can change that later in settings. But yeah, as you can see here in the templates section, there's a bunch of templates, and these are all for different types of games you might want to create, but I would say all of them kind of suck and we want to make our own original game from scratch. So we're just going to click on the base plate to get started. And once you've loaded into your base plate, it will look something like this, where you have a bunch of tabs open here. And basically, yeah, the reason there's a lot of tabs is because this is where you will look at all your stuff. So yeah, the first tab we have here is the toolbox, and this tab is not very important, so we should just close it, but it's basically an area where you can get free models. Here you have an explorer, and this is very important because this is basically where all of your stuff is. So for example, this spawn point is in the workspace, which is in the Explorer. But yeah, don't worry about the rest of this stuff below the workspace, because yeah, it's kind of more complicated, but the workspace is basically the area where all of your objects are. And yeah, here we have the properties window. And the properties window basically shows you a bunch of different properties about different objects that you click on. So the spawn location, for example, its color is like a gray. Its material is like plastic. Its name is spawn location, right? its size is 12,112, which is basically its dimensions. Right, these are basic properties that the properties window will show you. And with the properties window, you're actually able to modify objects. So you could actually click here and like change the properties. So I just changed the material of the spawn point right here with this. Yeah, you can change it to a lot of things. I'm just gonna leave it at smooth plastic. You could also click on the color to change the color. Now we have a red spawn location. And yeah, and this window down here is the output window. So this window, basically, if you don't have it open, I'll show you how to open it in a second. But basically, it's a window where your scripts will output different messages. So like, for example, if an error occurs in one of your scripts, it will put a red message in this output, and it will tell you like where the error happened and what went wrong, or it'll try to do that. There's also messages that you can print yourself in here from scripts, which I'll be showing you how to do in the next video actually. But yeah. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm moving around in this area, you can hold right click to rotate your camera, and you can also press the WASD keys to move around. Yeah, thought I would just say that if you're confused. Now, up here, there's a bunch of tabs. I actually have this tab created. Let's actually delete that. Hold on. But yeah, so we have a lot of tabs up here, as you can see. There's also this plus button, which allows us to add a new tab. And we'll just name this new tab, let's say the view tab, right? So yeah, I just named it view. And in these tabs, you can actually add tools. And the reason I'm showing you this is because some of you might not have this output window open. So basically, in order to get the output, you have to click this plus on add tools, and then you just search the output, and it'll pop up here. And then you can just click on it, and it'll have this check mark like fill in the box, and then you'll actually see it in your tab. So you can click on this X, and now we have the output. So now you can click on it if you want to open it. Obviously, I just closed it by clicking on it because I already had it open. But yeah, basically, if you want to get your output, which you may not have had before, then you can click that. I'm not really sure what the default windows are, but yeah, if you just downloaded Studio, you might not have had this open. So I just feel like I wanted to show you that. You can also add more stuff to this tab as well if you want more windows. The main important windows, like the Explorer, which is right here, and the properties are in this Home tab already. If you want to open the toolbox, you can also click here. Again, this is just for like getting some models that were already made by people. But yeah, don't worry about that. It's not really that important. And yeah, so now you kind of understand the basics of like opening windows. Now I'll just show you how to insert some objects into your game. So the easiest way to insert a part into your game is to go to this model tab right here and click on the part button. And basically, I don't know why my mouse is locking, but yeah, basically, if you click on the part, it'll actually insert a part into your game. And yeah, it's in the workspace, as you can see. It's named part because yeah, it's in the workspace. If we actually take this part and drag it, we can move it to server storage and it'll disappear because it's not actually in the workspace. But yeah, just don't worry about what's down here. Just worry about the workspace, right? That's where all of your visible objects are. But yeah, basically, this is our part here. And what we can do with this part is we can move it with this move tool up here. So we can click on these arrows to move it. We can also use the scale tool to resize it on all dimensions. We can also click this rotate tool, and it allows us to rotate the objects any which way we want. And we can also transform, which is basically just a more complex version. But yeah, so that's basically how you can move and resize a part. And again, if you want to change the color of the part or the material, you can do that through the properties window. You could even change the name of it through the properties window. But yeah, so now I want to show you how to insert a script or pretty much any other object than a part. So the primary way to add other objects into your game is to use this plus button next to any of these services, they're called. The workspace is what we're going to do, and we click this plus button, and now there's a whole huge list of objects here. I'm not going to go over what all these do, but you can basically search any object that you want. So we'll just search for script, and now we can insert a script right here, right? And now we've inserted a script into the workspace, and here it actually shows us what is inside of this script. So it just says print hello world, which we'll go over in the next video. But that's basically how you insert a script. You can also rename the script by obviously going into the properties and just renaming it. So we'll just name it to new, or let's say the first script, right? And there we have it. It really updated here. So yeah. But that's basically it. We can disable the script if we want. But yeah, that's for more complicated things. And yeah, that's essentially the basics of Roblox Studio. Now you know how to insert parts, you know how to resize them, and you know how to open up windows. And as long as you know how to do that, you're pretty much set. I would suggest having the Explorer, the properties, and the output window open, and those are just going to be the only windows you're going to need in order to be able to script and follow along with these videos. We might occasionally use the toolbox, and we might choose to use some other windows like the assets window or whatever, but for now, this is the 3 windows that you need to know. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. I really hope this helped you learn some of the basics surrounding like Studio. Obviously, this is not my strongest suit. I'm not really a modeler. I'm more of a scripter. So yeah, my scripting videos will be more helpful, hopefully. But if you have any questions, I will definitely answer them in my Discord, and I will also answer them in the comments if I can. Yeah, I'll answer as many as I can. And yeah, just join the Discord. That's the best shot you have. So yeah, anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.